A badly tuned PID loop does one of two ugly things. It swings wildly past set point and back, over and over, or it crawls towards set point and never quite arrives. Either way, the machine looks broken. And tuning is exactly where most PLC beginners get stuck, because they start turning the gains at random and the loop only gets worse. So in this video, no guessing. I will give you a method. First, a fast recap of what P, I, and D actually do. Then the part that saves you, a map from the symptom you see to the gain that caused it. Then a manual tuning recipe you can follow on a real loop. And then I will tune one live in the simulator, from a wild oscillation to a clean response. Let's tune it properly. Quick recap. This video is about tuning, not the basics. If you want what a PID even is, there is a full video on reading a PID linked below. Here is the 30-second version. P, the proportional gain, reacts to the error right now. The bigger the gap to set point, the bigger the push. P does the heavy lifting, but on its own, it always leaves a small leftover gap. That is where I comes in. I, the integral gain, adds up error over time and pushes until that leftover offset is gone. And D, the derivative gain, watches how fast the error is changing and eases off before you overshoot. P for now, I for the leftover, D for the breaks. Now the symptoms. Start with the one everybody hits first. Too much P, and the loop oscillates. Here's why. P pushes in proportion to the error, so with the gain cranked up, a small error produces a huge correction. The output slams the process past set point. Now the error is on the other side, so P slams it back the other way, just as hard. The PV bounces around set point and will not settle. It looks dramatic, like the loop is fighting itself, and that is exactly what is happening. So the first rule of reading a loop: if it oscillates steadily around set point, your proportional gain is too high. Back it off. Two more symptoms, and you will have the full map. First, too little I. The PV climbs, levels off, and parks just short of set point, a permanent gap that never closes. That steady-state offset is the fingerprint of not enough integral. P alone cannot finish the job. Only I could drive that last bit of error to zero. So a stubborn offset means add integral. Now the opposite trap, too much D. The output gets jittery and twitchy, snapping around for no obvious reason. Derivative reacts to the rate of change, and your measurement always has a little electrical noise. Crank D too high, and it amplifies that noise straight into the output. Jitter means back off the derivative. So here is the recipe, one gain at a time. It is a practical Ziegler-Nichols-Light method, and a beginner can actually follow it. Step 1. Set I and D to 0. You are tuning P alone first. Step 2. Raise P slowly until the loop just begins to oscillate steadily. Then back it off to about half of that. That gives you a stable, responsive base. Step 3. Now add I a little at a time to pull the PV up on a set point and kill the offset. Too much and it will overshoot, so creep up on it. Step 4. Finally, add a touch of D to take the edge off the overshoot and settle it faster. P, then I, then D. Change one thing, watch the response, then change the next. That is the whole discipline. Now, let us make it real. This is the PID temperature scenario running live in the browser. Watch what a bad tune looks like first. The proportional gain is way too high. The temperature swings hard above and below set point and refuses to settle. That is the oscillation we just talked about, right there on the curve. Now I bring P down to a sane value, and the swinging calms down. Next I add integral, and watch the PV climb the last little bit and lock on its set point. The offset closes. A small touch of D smooths the overshoot. Same loop, same process, but now the curve walks up and sits clean on set point. That is tuning, and you did not break a single piece of hardware to learn it. Before you go, the mistakes that cost people the most time. 1. Changing two gains at once. Then you cannot tell which one helped. Move one at a time. 2. Forgetting your scan time and units, so a textbook gain behaves nothing like expected on your actual controller. 3. Chasing a perfectly flat response when good enough and stable is the real goal. Keep it simple. P for the response, I to close the offset, D only if you need the breaks. Now go tune one yourself. You could detune this exact loop and tune it back, free in the browser. Find it at plcsimulationsoftware.com/scenarios/PID-temp. Watch the PV track set point in real time. No hardware, no install. Subscribe, new video every Tuesday. See you in the next one.